Sorry I'm late. My nurse made me check my blood sugar and pee on a stick.
You want s'mores?
Some more what?
S'mores.
I've not had any. How can I have some more?
You're killing me, Smalls. These are s'more sticks. First, you take the graham. Then, you stick the chocolate on the graham. Then, you roast the mallow. When the mallow's cooking, you stick the mallow on the chocolate. Then, cover the other end. Then, you stop. Well, that's not a real mallow, but Momma Maggie's gonna teach you how to cook a real one.
Welcome all campers to Camp Hendon Virtual Session 2020. I'm Maggie Cook Newell. I've been with camp since 1982 and so glad to have this opportunity this year. Proudly wearing my shirt, and I hope that you all know that Camp Hendon is a place where all children are welcome and all foods fit. Today I'm going to talk about those favorites, s'mores and smunchies. Both are snacks we use at camp. And today I'm going to show you how to make them at home and also to scale them down so you don't have to have 70 smunchies for one person. So let's look at the ingredients and then we'll go back and start cooking. Marshmallows. We always read labels. Graham crackers. More labels. Hershey bars. Another label with tips on how to cook at home. Now we look at smunchies. Same thing, graham crackers, but if you're making it for 70, you need 2 cups of milk and 1 package of sugar-free Jell-O. If you're making it for 16 or so, you can use the ready-made sugar-free pudding and peanut butter and have fewer when you're done with the project. So let's take a pause right here while we mix them up, and then we'll come back and show them in the prep stage. Let's do a little food prep snippet. S'mores are real easy to assemble. Graham crackers and marshmallows. Hot oven, grill, microwave, whatever. Hot fire if you have it in the yard with adult supervision. So, as you see down here, the graham crackers, 2, equals 12 grams of carb. 1 marshmallow is 6 grams of carb, and 1/4 of a Hershey bar, or 3 sections, is 7 grams of carb, all totaling about, let's do the math here, 25 grams for this s'more. Add a milk, and you'll have 35 grams for a bedtime snack. Now, let's step over here. Here is the mixture of pudding, and peanut butter. You need about 3/4 cup of peanut butter to 1 container, about 3.3 ounces of sugar-free pudding. So let's stop there, mix them up, and then make some smunchies. So this smunchie prep anybody can do if you have a little help from an adult. If you're young, the first thing I did was wash my hands. Whoops, no, I put on my hair cover. Then I washed my hands, and now I'm going to mix these two so that we can put that on the graham crackers and freeze them. So again, another pause. You need 3/4 cup of peanut butter, 1 container of instant pudding, sugar-free, and that will give you a small batch, and about 16 or 18 graham crackers, depending on how much you spread on. So we'll show prep again in just a minute, and with that, we'll take a pause. Let's continue with the final prep of the smunchies. See how I mix the peanut butter and the chocolate together. Use my spatula to scrape it out. Then I'll take this last tablespoon over here, put it on there, not touching it. And then you see you have all these graham crackers. Then what you do is you take a graham cracker, put it on top, gently smash. Same thing, graham cracker on top. graham cracker on top. Whoops, on top. Not very good filming here. Anyway, you continue to do that until you have them all covered. Then you wrap them in a flat tray or a flat bag and freeze them overnight. So I'm going to pause while I put them all together. So now we have the prep stage. We've got the pudding and the mixture all together. There's the tablespoon. That's how we mixed it up. Just a little peanut butter in a cup, so we don't have to have some 70 munchies. And then just take the crackers, put them on top, cracker, whoops, burner on top, and there's the tablespoon, and continue doing that until you have finished topping all the graham crackers, and then you lay them flat, put them in a freezer baggie or container, and put them in the freezer overnight. Okay, so now we're going to learn to make s'mores and smunchies. S'mores, pretty straightforward. Marshmallows with their label so we can count carb and calories. Same thing with graham crackers, carbs and calories. Same thing with the chocolate, carbs and calories, and fun ways to cook. Oops, fingers in the way. Now we're going to look at smunchies. You can do the conventional method where you use 2 cups of milk and a package of sugar-free Jell-O and 3 cups of peanut butter, or you can do like I did today and just take 3/4 cup of peanut butter and 1 container of pre-made sugar-free pudding. So let's go into the kitchen and start looking at how they're coming together, and we'll stop right here after we get in close on the calorie count for the sugar-free. A little after the fact, but with the right tools and the right helper, you can make anything and not have too much of a mess. So the peanut butter and chocolate pudding were mixed up in there, and then it turned into this, where you put a tablespoon of peanut butter, looks like a little mini burger, on each of the graham crackers. That's nothing but the sugar-free pudding and the peanut butter mixed together. So, pause it right there. We have the ready to roast or broil s'mores. You can get that marshmallow hot any number of ways. It's on the package. You can microwave, you can put it in the oven under a broiler, you can put it over an open fire, you can do it on the grill. But anything that requires heat, you need to make sure you have adult supervision unless you are capable in a kitchen on your own. So, stop this for a minute and put together the rest of the sponges. When you work with food, it's always fun to have a good time. So here we have Camp Hendon in our smunchies. I ended up with this many, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And those 12, I'll calculate out how many calories each the way it comes. So that's just with a single batch. You can always double it, or you can go back to the full recipe. Now I've got the oven on broil because this is what I'm getting ready to do. Walk through the kitchen. And now we're going to put our indoor s'mores in. So just a second, those will melt down. And it is best to use room temperature chocolate and not that you've had in the freezer. So, ready to go s'mores, require heat, adult supervision, and then the smunchies require a maid, cleanup crew, or freezer, and a freezer. So here you go. While the oven is getting hot, I'm getting the smunchies ready for the freezer. Just put them all on one tray, cover them over, and now I'm going to pick them up, take them over here, and realize I have to stop because I can't open the door one-handed. When thoroughly frozen, bring out, put in baggies, and then eat to your content. Keep frozen when not eating. Okay, I'm thinking the oven's hot enough on high broil, but we'll go down here and see how it works. So, step back so you don't burn yourself. Reach up, take your pan of s'mores, set them in the oven, and close away. All right, high. Stop here and keep an eye on them. Don't know if they'll burst into flames, but they will over hot coals. So here are your s'mores. I'm going to let it go just about another minute, and then we'll bring them out and I'll put them together. What do you think? I'm betting I could eat those, so let me pull that tray out with my hot pad And as I bring them up, standing up, holding it, yummo, yummo, yummo. Flip them so you can read the carb counts. Whoops. Then I turn off the oven and I do this. Whoops, there we go. Hard to do one-handed. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I need to go get my taste tester. So that's it for s'mores. Enjoy. Little side note here, at camp we usually use 2 marshmallows and the 3 pieces of chocolate with the 2 graham crackers. That makes about a 30-gram snack, and then we also offer a container of milk at night, and that's about 15. So this makes our evening snack about 45 grams. So that's what we have when we have 2 marshmallows, but 1 marshmallow fills it up just fine, so that gives you 25 grams of carb. But again, 2 marshmallows, 30 grams carb. So enjoy your night snack, and we'll see you later. So now we get to eat them. Enjoy. Good morning and welcome to Camp Hendon 2020 virtual experience. Today I'm going to mention just briefly a little bit about carb counting. It seems that diabetes and carbs go together. We spend a lot of time at camp working with carbs. Every meal has our carb counts, and every bit of insulin you take is based upon your carb count. So, enough of me. As you see, my hair is turning a little lighter as I get older. But since I've been at camp since 1982, we've changed things from all fiber to pre-measured meals to pre-portioned foods to now you eat what you want, and you then calculate your carbs and adjust your insulin or take your insulin to match that after each meal. Now, it's more fun when we're all together driving the nurses crazy trying to count carbs and get our insulin taken, but we can do a little bit of that at home, and I'm sure the nurses will be glad to be pestered about their diabetes counts. So I'm going to pause here a minute, and now I'm going to turn around and start filming the materials that we'd use to help you do your diabetes. With type 1 diabetes, carb counting is very, very important, as we all know that our carbs and our insulin go together. This is just one tool to use, and this is what helps us as we plan meals and foods for different days. You can use this as you're going through the camp week and kind of keep a record of what you're eating and count your own carbs. Some of you may know every bit about carbs, more so than we do. Some of you may wonder what a carb is. Carb is a carbohydrate and is what works with our insulin. So these are the basic tools. Right up here is this top one, where you have just a little bit of information about your carb count, your choices, your daily calories. And then down here, a few tips on serving sizes. And then on the bottom, just an older version of basic carb counting. There are multiple apps that you can use to count your carbs, so you never have to go without the information. Pause here as we turn to a little more of our work. For people with diabetes, carb counting is very critical to managing the blood glucose. So how do we do that? There are many ways. Number 1, you need to know how many calories you need. We'll touch base on that. Number 2 is how do you break those calories down into carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Carbohydrates most important because we adjust the insulin to the amount of carbohydrate consumed. So as you're putting together your meal plan, those are things you need to think about. It's best to have 3 meals and snacks if you need them. At camp we have 3 meals, 3 snacks, and then eat all the time in between. So that's the fun part of camp. For camp nutritionists, what we really do is rely on this book, Camp Hendon Menu Book. Do not remove. And that means from the dining hall. Let me turn it open. And you see here, we have our menus for the entire week. Camp Hendon menu and nutrition information. You see down there, we have the serving size of each, and then we put on the board at the camp itself the carb count on the board, menu board. whiteboard, whatever. I do believe we're going to put one of these on for this summer, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to pause here a minute, and then we'll talk a little more. In learning how many calories you need to look at your age and your gender, male or female. So as you're determining your total caloric intake, that's key in keeping you healthy and helping you grow as you are going through the next few years. So what you want to do is get with the registered dietitian nutritionist or the diabetes care and education specialist, and they'll help you manage your meal plans and help you calculate out your goals. The other piece that you can use for a complete breakdown of nutrients you need is through the interactive DRI for healthcare professionals. It's available to everyone online at nalusda.gov. So you can just go right online, fill in the information, and all this comes back to you. It tells you how many vitamins and minerals you need, it tells you how many calories you need, and it helps you with your activity level. Of course, at camp, we always added extra calories because we were so active. Let's pause here and we'll come back in just a second. Let's review some of the tools we use to have a healthy meal plan. As you start to look into the foods you like, think about trying new foods as well. Anytime you can try one new food, you might enhance your nutrition. So these two pages are just from myplate.gov. Don't know if you can still get them online, but we have lots of them. If you want some, let us know and I'll send them to Lori to send on to you. The other piece that we use, and we will be useful to you in the packet, is Ready, Set, Start Counting. Once you determine how many calories you need, then you can go on and determine how many carbs you need in a given day and how to place it into your meal plan. And you can use examples such as this: carb counts and then a regular meal plan. Once you determine your daily calories, your choices, your grams, and then you can start putting together like a big picture puzzle. WebMD is another source we use to help with our nutrition education. This is a nutrient-rich shopping list that I printed off from there. But as you can see, it shows you in your grains, your fruits, meats, beans, beef, turkey, chicken, you name it, vegetables, milk, the whole bit. So if you can choose from those, you can have a great meal plan and you don't even have to eat those foods you don't like. Flip it over, backside, WebMD, you have a good portion size guide. And that's critical too. You know, eating good foods is important. Eating too much of the good foods isn't wise. So here's a quick tool, basic guidelines, zooming it in. I believe you've seen this one before. Not, here it is again. And then right down here, little handout shows you the serving sizes. Now, again, WebMD 2012, but really nothing's changed. So enjoy your foods, enjoy the color of your foods, and enjoy virtual camp. Now's the time to try the smunchies we made yesterday. Each one of these smunchies is 15 grams carbohydrate. Don't worry about the fat, but you will get it with peanut butter. So these little darlings are supposed to be rock hard. Hard to bite. Let's try with our taste tester. And what do you think?
Good.
And that's it for our camp ending snacks. So enjoy the weeks actually, session 1, session 2, and I hope we have a great year. Take care, see you next year. Peace to all.